Hello and welcome back to Furality Sylva DJ Interviews. I'm Foxxyboi, and well, once again, I'm interviewing some DJs. So tell me, what is your hardware and or software setup this time?
So right now, I'm rocking the XDJ-RR, which is kind of Pioneer's smallest all-in-one controller. When I first started DJing, I started on the 800 Mark IIs. Oh my god, I'm gonna sound like such a gray muzz. I used to burn CDs, and that's how I learned. I eventually upgraded to CDJs, and that was a huge setup to have at home. So I've kind of downsized to the XDJ-RR, and I find that works really well for me.
What was your inspiration to start DJing?
Well, before I started DJing, I was actually producing. I've been producing for almost 2 decades now. So production was sort of my introduction to electronic music. I fell in love with it, but I never really understood what dance music culture was and what events were and things like that. When I was probably about 20 years old, a few of my friends took me to an authentic warehouse rave, and that was kind of what sold it for me. And I was like, you know what? I can see myself up there. I want to do this, and it's coming up on a decade now. It's 8 years that I've been DJing both live and for the last couple of years a little bit in VR.
So is this your first time DJing for Furality?
It is, yes. This is my first time, and I'm really excited to be on for the con this year.
Now, I know a lot of DJs spend a lot of time prepping for their sets. I've had people say 8 years to 1,000 hours. How about you?
You know what? I probably put a good total 20 to 30 hours into this set. I think the longest part of set prep for this was actually recording it. I probably did a good 60 takes before I was like, you know what? This is sufficient. It's good enough. But you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to DJing, and I would get like halfway through the set and it'd be like 30 to 45 minutes in, and I'd have a small little error, and I'd be like, you know what, scrap it, gotta start again. So I think that was the longest part of it. That gets a little frustrating as an artist because you get a bit discouraged. But you know, I persevered, I worked through it, and honestly, I'm really happy with what I put together for Furality this year.
Do you have any advice or tips and tricks that you would like to give out that, you know, for anybody who's looking to start DJing?
Yes, absolutely. I find that a lot of people feel that, you know, when they first start DJing, they kind of lack that confidence, and they think, oh, well, you know, I'm not good enough to be DJing live, or I'm not good enough to be playing shows. But honestly, everybody's been there. Everybody's been in that position where you're new and you're, you know, excited, and you know, you might not feel like you're quite good enough yet. I'm here to tell you that you are good enough, and start throwing stuff out there. Start posting mixes, start, you know, networking or communicating with people in your local community or people in the scenes that you admire and that you want to be a part of. Don't look down on yourself, and definitely don't look down on yourself on social media. You know, like, I see a lot of DJs out there who are like, oh, you know, I'm just not good enough. And you should believe in yourself, because you are good enough and you have something special. Every DJ out there has something a little bit different to offer and bring to the table. And I think that, you know, new DJs just starting out, they should be happy and excited to be a part of, you know, all of this and everything that we do. So the other thing is, I find that a lot of new DJs, you know, one thing kind of bar for entry wise is people are like, oh, you know, where do I find music, or how do I find good music, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money on music. You know, on sites like SoundCloud and stuff like that, a lot of artists will give their music away for free, for a like or a follow or whatever it might be. So there's tons of great music out there to find, and a lot of it is free. So I encourage you to go crate digging, spend a lot of time on your track selection. That's one of the biggest things as a DJ, is having good tunes, having tunes that, you know, might be a little bit more unique or different. And there's lots of that out there. So dig for it, find it, believe in yourself, and put stuff out there.
I really want to thank you very much for talking with us today.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Hand wave, hand wave, hand wave. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye, good night, evening.
Thank you, yes, thank you.